Good morning, Pisces. I hope you guys are doing well and fantastic. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back to the channel. And for those of you who are new to the channel, thank you for joining me. I am Nicole. It is lovely to have each and every single one of you as always. All right, Pisces, I was meditating for you guys. Thank God, something lighter. Pisces, I think wish fulfillment opportunities and offers are around the corner. The one thing they showed me was also the symbol of Gemini. So you may be dealing with a Gemini, and we'll see how that plays out in your reading today. This is going to be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watchers, if that is you, please discern the messages. And guys, remember that roles can be reversed. Apply it to where it fits in your life and do not force anything to fit. Pardon the tired look on my face, as sinuses and allergies are kicking my ass right now. Going from 85 degrees to 40, and my allergies are like, what are we doing? You know, it's been a rough go, but yet here I am in live and living color to address you guys, right? Pisces, just side note, thank you for all of the likes, shares, subscribes, comments as well. For those of you who have booked personal readings with me, I appreciate that so very much, and thank you for entrusting me with your life's growth and spiritual growth. I appreciate that very, very much. Humbled always by my clients and the people I get to come across doing the work that I do. So thank you for that. Pisces, they showed me a circle, right? So kind of like, and I know I'm probably saying this wrong, outer burrows or whatever, like where the snake is biting its tail. I can never, certain words I just have a struggle with. I know what they are, I know what they mean, but I have a hard time pronouncing them. But it's like, as this circle is there, right? Spirit also acknowledged to me that it's going to be a very interesting dynamic that is, as you're closing doors from the past, and again, I'm not surprised to see this, as I've said it in other readings for this current energy, that, you know, we're closing out cycles to start new ones. And they're showing me that these doors, their words to me were, these doors are closing out very quickly for you. And it's like simultaneously, the word that I was given was that as soon as one is closing, one is opening. So it's happening, it's almost like you guys are being projected forward very, very quickly, some fast moving energy, which I'm curious to see again how it plays out, because we're in Taurus season. Things tend to take a slower, more steady approach during this time as we come out of Aries season, or this could also just be something you've seen happen in Aries season. So, but I do feel like opportunities are really flowing, and I'm going to say she showed me the fish. That's you, Pisces, right? So with that, you know, I feel like this is very much about you and where you're heading. So I'm excited. Some of these other readings I've done have been a little on the heavier side. So but we're Mercury retrograde going on, eclipse season going on, nodes getting ready to move. There's just a lot going on at this time. So, and as my other apparatus over there dings and dings and dings, confirmation of the same, right? All right, Pisces, what do we got? Conception, divine masculine. We got earth energy laying on the table already. Transformation. I'm getting transformational energy off of that card. Pisces, I think it's been a while since I've given you guys a good reading. It's been, you know, like, what are you doing? So for Pisces, please, Spirit, divine masculine comes out again. It was on the bottom and it comes out. Universal love. Are we finding emotional balance is kind of how I feel about this. 6, earth energy, or 24, which breaks down to a 6, which is the earth energy here from the sacred geometry deck. The frequency of earth activates our deep connection to all this physical plane by showing us the beauty of all the aspects of our great mother and revealing the more ethereal spiritual aspects of our nature. What I got from that while I was reading it was the 5 of Pentacles energy. Like, but to me, it was you coming out of it. So if you've been feeling in loss and in lack and without, and I'm hearing without love, like that's starting to change. But I also think that there, for a lot of you, your ideas surrounding love itself is starting to change. It's more of an uplifting feeling rather than being in a space of emotional imbalance, okay? 22, divine masculine, showed its face twice now. The frequency of divine masculine supports our strong focus and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. And as I said, opportunities on the horizon for you, your dreams, your ideas, your visions. You know, I think about that fish that I kept seeing with you, wish fulfillment, right? Addressing the things that feel good to us. So to see that energy, I'm not surprised. Also, universal love laying at the bottom of the deck with alchemy behind it. Universal love, the frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, to the whole of existence itself. And I'm going to say with that energy, it is like you are expanding into a place to feel good. Fine. I just want to go finally, there it is, right? You have 4, 6, and 8. So up leveling here, 4, 6, and 8. Stable foundation, 6, you know, connecting. It's like a connecting of love, right? I think of the 6 of Cups with that energy there, with that earth. You know, finding that emotional balance, and that 8. It's infinite, right? It closes, it opens, it closes, it, you know, it keeps moving forward. I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. I'm so sorry. All right, let's see. What else, Pisces? What else? Oh, you guys are like a breath of fresh air in these readings. I appreciate you. I needed this. So it can be a little trying doing these readings when it's like ass whooping after ass whooping after ass whooping. All right, let's see. Spirit. Yay. All right. Anything else for Pisces Spirit? All right, just these 2. Let's see what we got. Polishing my heart. Sag just had that card, and I said that I'm pretty sure that's the first time that card ever came out, and there it is again. Embracing worthiness. I feel worthiness filling every cell of my body, and it feels amazing. Again, very uplifting energy, very beautiful energy to be in. You're recognizing where you, Spirit is saying, felt a lack of, and thank you, Spirit, for that. Where you were feeling a lack, you're recognizing it was basically God, Mercury retrograde, basically your perception of what it was that was making you feel without, right? Feeling in a space of lack. So it's nice that all of a sudden, I don't know, it was almost like an epiphany kind of struck you in the butt and was like, do you not see this? Take a look at yourself. Find the good things. But it was kind of like a light bulb moment that just started to change your perception of who you are as a whole. I like that very, very much for you. Allowing appreciation. Did we change our attitude? I can't make it up. I didn't even look at what was on the back here. The value of my life increases each time I appreciate everything in it. I'm going to say for some of you, this may have been a situation where you were just taking what you did have for granted. It needed to be recognized to just how important certain aspects of your life are to you, recognizing that they, and this may be tied to another person, where they just add, you know, like you are your own being always. And then the things around us can add or decrease the value of where we are at any given moment, depending on what we're willing to put up with. I feel like there was a recognition that maybe a particular person in your life, you recognized you were maybe taking them for granted. Something could have happened around a situation that maybe this person stepped up for you and recognized, through that you recognized the value that they hold. And then it was just like, I've got every reason to be thankful. I've got every reason to feel good. This is not as bad as I may have been sitting in or seeing it as. So it was really like an aha moment that has opened your eyes, that being in a space of gratitude, being in a space of feel good energy, Spirit is saying this is your season, Pisces. So whatever that means for you. But you had to understand whatever this moment was that maybe brought you to your knees. It could have been a bit of a tower moment. I can't remember what was in your last reading. But through that, something or someone stepped up to the plate for you. And, you know, we'll call it a come to Jesus moment, basically, that really opened you up to understand how good it feels to feel good. Okay? So, discern that accordingly. But, all right, these allergies again. Balance. Balance. Yes, we'll take it. I'm going to see if there's anything else that came out pretty quick. You are transforming. You're alchemizing some energy here. You and another person may be pouring into something that feels good, feels right. It's kind of like coming together for, I'm hearing the greater good of all. You know, and this could also be just within you, recognizing your emotions and balancing those out as well as that water flows on that card. Finding your footing. Anything else for Pisces, please, Spirit? Surface. Yeah, a lot of water energy for you guys, which, you know, obviously you're a water sign. Give me one more. One more, please, Spirit, for Pisces. Influence. Yeah, I just talked to you. Surface. Something scratched the surface. Again, something gave you that aha moment. Somebody took the time to be by your side through whatever this situation may have been. And for each of you, obviously, it will be different. But with this balance, you see that the divine flow of water, that transformation with that dragonfly, these two coming together, alchemizing, right? Surface. Someone stood beside you. Somebody was with you and beside you through whatever this was that you were going through, reiterating what I already said. The influence of change, the influence there, teaching you about having that divine appreciation and peace within, as I already explained. It was, and I'm going to call it again, a tower moment, that reactionary energy of, oh God, I've been taking this for granted. You know, I've let these things go to the wayside. I didn't see, I didn't acknowledge the importance of this phase of my life. I didn't acknowledge, you know, the love that's given to me through these situations, you know, the people, this, you know, anything. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, it was just not, it really took this moment of somebody walking beside you, being beside you. And this could even just be spirit that's guiding you at this time. It doesn't have to be a person that was showing you some type of divine peace. And now you're living in it. Now you're acknowledging. Now you're appreciating maybe, again, the things that you took for granted. King of Cups. There you go. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces there, you know. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, Pisces. My goodness. I'm so glad to see this. You're standing in your power, and I think that's very important to recognize. 8 of Wands, 5 of Wands. All right, let's see. Yeah. Spirit is saying conflictual change. Conflictual change. Let's see how that comes in. Temperance. Balancing. Said it. Balancing the emotions, right? It's finding that feel good. It can be a spiritual recognition. And as I just said too, again, that I feel like I repeat myself a lot, but I say it, the cards come out, here we are. Let's go over it one more time, right? That emotional balance, you know, the King of Cups, he doesn't let his emotions carry him away. He's grounded, he's in a state of flow with it, he's emotionally mature, he's pulling himself together. Is that a fish on him? I think that's what that is. There it is. Yeah, there's a fish back there. Pisces, there you go. There you go, guys. Temperance. Finding that perfect alchemization. It is also spiritual connectivity, right? It's alchemizing everything that you have learned, everything that you have come to know, and using it for your higher good. It is growth, right? It is all things beautiful. It's leaving behind in the shadows, the mountains, and the things that we have had to climb to get through these phases of our life. It is, again, I'm going to reiterate, finding that perfect balance through the trials and the tribulations that life has brought to you. And it's taking you towards wish fulfillment. Don't get bored with it though. It's almost like you're almost like, aha, you know. And what I like about this too is I talked about that epiphany. You see around her head all of that, like that light bulb kind of energy. You know, it is divine knowing. It's like, there it is, right? It lights you up. It's creating stronger, stable foundations that you are powerful within yourself. But you also have to acknowledge it and appreciate where it is that you're coming from, so that you can continue to move forward in a positive manner. So I like it so far, Pisces. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Oh, Pisces, please, Spirit. Oh, geez. The Wheel of Fortune. Positive turn of events. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, or Aquarius. Are we taking a kinder approach? I feel like this really has to do with home and family life for you. You know, or just the way you're addressing, you know, if you're by yourself or that kind of thing. just, it's like almost all of a sudden you're becoming more caring about things. You're letting down the idea of aggression. You're not coming in so hot-tempered on things. You're not emotionally reacting to things. You recognize the stability through this timeout, or this, whatever this tower moment was for you, that things just needed to create balance. Another two of wands energy there, right? Waiting for your ships to come in, waiting and acknowledging too that, you know, the world is at your hands. The world is at your feet for this opportunity and growth. And because you're waking up to certain processes, the universe has no other option but to reward you for the work that you have put in. And I feel like too, for you Pisces, that this period of this aha moment, it happened rather quickly. I really get the idea for some reason that it happened very quickly. You know, and I talked about it showing me that circle, right? And I just happened to be drawn to this O that, you know, is part of the TARO, excuse me, on the Wheel of Fortune. Again, it had to alchemize, you know, pi. What does pi, you know, like, I'm terrible at math, right? Like the square root of pi or whatever it was. Like, I know I'm probably butchering this, but bear with me. But it was like figuring out that puzzle piece to how to keep moving forward. A lot of circular energy for you guys, for me, for some reason. It is just the wheel. It is the wheel doing what it needs to do. Very interesting. So, you know what that means for you. Spirit just said, be still and know that it's coming. So whatever you are working towards, dreams, aspirations, goals, whatever, be still. It's coming. So just make sure you're keeping your patience at this time. Okay. I also feel like it's a pleasant surprise. When I was meditating, the Page of Cups, that fish, right? There he is. The full, new opportunities, new growth, starting off on new adventures. I can't make it up. I got the heebie-jeebies. I love it. You are finally, Pisces, there you are, willing to take on a new start. Be cautious, because, you know, in every new start, there are risks and there are rewards. So I'm going to say, you know, the sun is on your side, and I'm going to say that full is that starting over, right? There's that zero. There's that O, right? It's a new beginning. It's infinite. It's an infinite new beginning for you. I like this. You've also gained a lot of intellectual, mental clarity, learning to be more decisive in your emotional aspects as well as to how it is that you're moving forward. It's like you're all of a sudden your energy is uplifted. You're just feeling good, light-footed, light-hearted. The need to play. Let yourself play and be a carefree child, but also just, you know, make sure you're not avoiding your responsibilities in the process, right? This energy feels very young to me. I will say too, side note to that, Spirit says you may be dealing with somebody who's a bit younger than you. And that too is seeming to lighten up your disposition, right? And I talked about maybe someone had stood beside you through something. All of a sudden there's that newfound appreciation. So this could be romance, this could be friends, this could be family, this could be just someone you came across in the perfect and right divine timing as well. But I feel like it's setting you off on a new path that is very balanced. But also make sure, with this Page of Cups, what I'm kind of getting, you know, he's standing on land and the water is behind him. Make sure you don't get too, what's the word I'm looking for? Not too grounded, but don't sit in that earth energy in totality. Make sure you're mixing a little bit of that emotion in there too, you know, finding the balance in all of it. So I want to say, just be cautious with your emotions. Don't get reckless or careless about them again, because that tends to send you into this upheaval of, I don't know what I'm coming or going or doing or anything in between. Keep your head out of the clouds. Okay? Be based in the realism of things, and I think you're going to be fine. But I do think that you are embracing this change from a very good, clear place, right? The Queen of Swords, she is very clear. She's very aware, very intellectual in everything that she does. And you also could be, you know, dealing with an air sign. So Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, as I mentioned before as well. So maybe that's who's coming in and helping you create this balance, or, you know, they were that inspiration of change for you at this time. So let's see. for Pisces, this King of Cups and Temperance, please, Spirit. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and the Six of Wands. It's okay to acknowledge that you can't do it alone, right? You know, they say it takes a tribe sometimes. Yeah, so same thing here. Same thing here. That sometimes it just takes somebody else giving you a kick in the ass to go, hey, enough is enough. Let's get it together. But kudos to you, because I feel like you listened to whatever this was. You finally are tuned in and turned on to what is going on around you, that you're willing to, there's that Judgment card. Lots of majors for you guys. Good stuff. Eight of Swords, letting go of that self-imposed prison. There's the Wheel of Fortune. Again, the Death card behind that. You had to close this out. I feel like you guys might be a step ahead of some of the other signs right now as we move through all these astrological changes, that it's like you are willing to just let go. And I'm going to say, as much as we talk about the emotional imbalance being like an unhealthy thing, that for you, that need to just go, I don't even care, and turning a blind eye to it can be beneficial too, right? To just go, I just don't care anymore, let it go, and move on. You know, water, it flows pretty smoothly if we let it. And I think that was pushing you into a clearer path of opening yourself up to just let things go, you know, making a more sound and solid choice when it comes to your emotional energy that's pulling you out of these, like, it's almost like you woke up from a nightmare kind of feeling. Like all of a sudden you woke up one day and was like, this is just not how it's going to be. You get to rewrite your story. And I do feel like at this point, Pisces, you are rewriting where it is that you're heading and letting go of anything that has been restricting you from creating this balance. And that in itself, I think, is what led to this Wheel of Fortune, with it both you know, here on the table, and then moving forward, you know, what was the catalyst for this energy, for this change, is this divine grace, this divine balance that is rolling in for you. And I know I've probably said balance 35 times over right now, but for a good reason. I feel like you've struggled with that alchemy of the heart and the head for so long, and now you're finally there. You're willing to play with it. You're willing to check it out. You're willing to invest into it. That Judgment is also a higher spiritual knowledge, a higher spiritual calling. You know, divine protection coming in, and that Temperance and the Judgment together. Divine protection of your feelings that goes, you're okay to move forward. It's giving you reassurance that you're able to move through and being guided along the way. I just feel like at some point you got fed up and said, okay, do with me what you want to. I was wrong. I'm sorry. You know, I effed up. I took things for granted. So good energy. And this could be somebody you're dealing with too, Pisces. You know, discern accordingly. Discern. All right, this Wheel of Fortune and this Two of Wands. I love this for you. Temperance. Sagittarius energy. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius. You got Temperance here twice. I've seen the Wheel of Fortune twice. The Star energy. Good things. Understand, as you create this balance, as you create this flow, and when I picked up, excuse me, when the Two of Wands come out, sometimes I see the Two and the Three of Wands is almost the same for some reason. It's just the way that I read. And I thought about the Three of Wands. You know, things may be a bit of a distance, some traveling, things may be in your future. I want to say too, and this is a weird message, but this is what I'm getting. It's like stardom. Okay, so it's like you may be traveling. If you do music or something like that, you may be taking, Spirit is saying, taking your show on the road. You know, that's interesting energy, and it's going to bring stability. That King of Pentacles behind there. I do feel like this is a long time coming, a long time, you know, in the works, and it doesn't have to be just that particular music or whatever. For each of you, again, it will always be different. But it's like you had to learn how to slow yourself down, find a balance. It's like, you know, maybe in some ways you were being too forceful in your endeavors, and other ways you weren't being responsible enough to make these things happen from a good space. But now, as you've balanced this out, you know, wish fulfillment is on the horizon. It is coming in. You are also leaving behind that Ten of Wands. It's putting your burdens down, putting them at bay, no longer dealing with it. I talked about that Gemini energy. There it is. The Lover's card. You know, this can be union. This can be positive choices too. This isn't just romanticism. But I will also say this could be a unification of relationships in your life right now that are harmonizing, that are becoming more fulfilling, more rewarding for you. Again, if you know, had a partner or something and you were taking them for granted, and all of a sudden you recognize that the burdens maybe fell on you at the end of the day. The reason there was so much friction and hard times could have been because of what you were bringing to the table. I'm not saying that that is, you know, don't condemn yourself for that, because we're all there at some point. But the big thing here is there was a recognition. The sun illuminates as it sits on the bottom, illuminates those struggles, those trials, those tribulations, the resistance that we carry forward, how we're self-sabotaging ourselves, you know. But it's a lot of burst of light, like, again, that aha, that epiphany moment. For some of you, this could have come in through your dreams, where you woke up. Again, I talked about that nightmare earlier. You could have woken up from a nightmare kind of feeling, where your dreams were almost prophetic. Like, you might have had a dream that scared the bejeepers out of you about a loss, that said, hold on a second, like, I'm doing this the wrong way. But this energy, as it lightens up, is just absolutely breathtaking. Yeah, Father of Wands, so King of Wands. Again, Sagittarius, potential energy, Aries, and Leo. There we go, I spit it out finally. But it's like, and I'm going to say, you know, the Knight of Swords, that could have been an aggressive energy. That dream, that aha, that epiphany that opened up this new pathway for you. You know, it was a catalyst for you taking action, for you reaching out for your desires and your successes. So again, you know, that could very well have been what it took to wake you up at the end of the day. And, you know, to realize that, again, these burdens, I look at that Ten of Wands with that Temperance, just finally calling it quits on the things that were so damn heavy, accepting them for what they were, to find that balance the way this is set up, so that you could move into a more determined space for yourself, more assertive, but in a sense that was balanced, emotionally balanced. That's the big thing. But it took receiving that message, maybe in a very, again, kick in the pants kind of energy, a kick in the ass kind of deal, that was required to get you to make forward movement. And I will say, if you're a male, I usually don't pick male or female, so of course masculine, divine, feminine, adjust accordingly. But I do feel like this feminine energy came in and was very sharp-tongued with you and gave you that reality check that you needed. So very influential. The Fool. We got the Four of Swords. Oops. The Justice card was on the bottom when I got started here. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, the Four of Swords, and the Justice card. I will say this for you, and I said to you, make sure that you're still, as you move forward, you're still alchemizing, you're still balancing out those emotions, where, you know, you're not getting careless again because we're on a new beginning and got this adrenaline rush of a high that's like, oh, we're off, yay. That Four of Swords, that Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Devil, watch your toxic energies. Do not let this cycle repeat, okay? Keep finding what is fair and balanced. I just want to balance everything. Go get balance tattooed on your forehead. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But I look pretty stupid walking around like that. But still, you get the picture. Like, remind yourself. Make a sticky note. Stick it in front of the bathroom mirror. So when you get up in the morning, you go brush your teeth, you see balance, right? Like, continue to stay in that space. Some things that I think you may have been working on, there is a reality to that. Like, a really hard reality check, Pisces, that some things just weren't meant to work a certain way. But I also think that you're recognizing that where maybe certain things fell through, that they're turning out better for you moving forward. It wasn't a loss. It was simply you needing to be in a place of just taking it easy for a change, to not be so emotionally difficult on yourself as well as those around you. You had to see how things would create that balance, that light, that dark energy, right? So, but I would just say to you, it's like you're having a soul recognition of those energies, of how you've probably stood in your way in various directions for so long. So it's like finally all of a sudden, part of that aha is the truth. you're moving into Empress energy, moving forward. You know, it's, again, leaving the past sorrows behind you so that you can move forward. One more card here. Whoops. Oh, okay. Let me just say this to you. Some things will work out, some things will not. And I feel like as things are sorting themselves out, like you've got you sorted out right now, as other things are sorting themselves in your external environment for you, you may play, it's a little bit of a back and forth kind of energy that I'm getting from this. You may play with the fact that this, you know, this one thing feels good, and I really thought that this was going to be the thing, or that was going to be the thing. Make sure you're not allowing yourself to get caught back up again where you've come from. Some things might still appear as you're moving forward, as things are sorting themselves out on your behalf, that it's disappointing to you. And it's like you're kind of seeping a little bit, not a bunch, into this lack again. It's like almost creating the need to create mental stability within yourself to stay out of the emotions in the negative connotation. So just be aware that if you feel like you need to take a pause, you take a pause. You take a time to heal. You take a time to rest. You take the time to reevaluate and course correct those seeds that you've planted from the past that maybe aren't, you know, what you feel is not so rewarding. This is pushing you to come into your power. It is pushing you to come into this courageous ability to understand that there's a lot more light energy to be had for you than the dark. One more card, please, Spirit. The outcome here. You are. I said, you know, you're playing with that energy of back and forth, right? Still, as things sort themselves out. 5 of Wands comes out in the sideways position. To me, that's still a little bit of internal conflict happening below the surface for you. Be patient. You guys have made amazing strides. Spirit is saying you're not always going to hit your mark on the first time around. So if we're talking about traveling and all these things, maybe you go out on the road for a couple of weeks doing X, Y, and Z. You hope to make $10,000 in those 2 weeks and you made 5. Or you're saying 75. You didn't quite hit your goals of whatever this might be for you. It's okay. You take the lesson, you learn it, you come back with the knowledge, you reorganize these seeds that you've planted. And I'm hearing Spirit say you've made a name for yourself somehow in whatever it is that you're doing. So you go back, you revise, and you do it again, you know, but you do it in a different fashion. And there it is, the Knight of Pentacles, the Page and the Knight of Pentacles with the 7 of Swords. It's like you don't trust it. Trust that this, and I talked about that slower moving energy earlier because it's like all of a sudden you got whipped into it. But now you may see it slow down a little bit, okay? It's all right. Let it slow down a little bit, because that's Mercury retrograde, right? Like I'm going to say it 1,000 times over. For so long as we are in Mercury retrograde, I do not care what sign you are. This is a time to reevaluate. It's okay. Don't be critical of yourself at this time. Go with the flow of it. Let it happen for you. This energy is really beautiful. It's trial and error right now. So don't expect miracles overnight, but you are working towards, you've made better choices, and that's why you're starting to see the fruits of your labor show you something. Don't become unhinged on them again, that it creates self-sabotaging tendencies moving forward. You want your wish fulfillment, it's coming. Be patient. Rome was not built in a day, Pisces. You're getting there, though. You are getting there. Decisive action. I'm telling you, like, for some of you, if you've had anybody around you going, you can't do this, there's just no way, get a real job or whatever it is, it's like, screw you, right? Tell me no and watch me do it. Like, I really feel like you're standing by your convictions of what it is that you're setting off to do. Good for you. You know, just make sure you're not self-sabotaging in the process, right? All right, advice for Pisces, please, Spirit. Advice for Pisces. Advice for Pisces. Some new ones. Yay. All right, good deal. All right, first one. Sweeping Sister Willow says, here is healing that brings with it forgiveness and the release of the old pain. There it is. And they're funny, laying on top of the Ten of Wands, just saying. As Sweeping Sister Willow gracefully sweeps any sadness and pain from your heart and soul, your time for greater inner freedom is dawning, and the cleansing of sadness and healing of forgiveness creates the pathway to that greater freedom now. You deserve this freedom, and you are swiftly becoming ready to claim it. I'm telling you, you guys are letting down the past. You're dropping it. You're moving forward. Call of the Dancing Crane. The dancing crane moves through the waters and muddy marsh with elegance and grace. Sometimes the waters of our emotional life become stagnant and will benefit from the healing movement, grace, and the beauty of the dancing crane. The call of the dancing crane is a reminder that sound can be healing too. I talked about music, so maybe that is what that is. And I talked about that back here specifically in this line of cards. So, you know, movement, healing, dancing, whatever it could be for you. Explore movement, sound, and beauty to help you heal and release old emotions and become radiant and free. There you go. And I know I'm going to say this right or wrong, but I'm going to try to say it the right way. Sacred River Yangtze. I know it's probably wrong. I guarantee you that it's wrong. There's me and my piss poor ability to pronounce words. So just as the sacred river flows and changes course, you too are evolving in your divine path. Changes in the flow of energy within you and in the momentum of your unfolding life path are imminent. This is exciting. You are growing and changing, and soon your life circumstances will reflect your inner evolution. I'm telling you, like I said, if it doesn't feel like things are quite what you thought they would be or how you thought they would be, it's like spirit and your soul are in conjunction, working together to tweak things. It's almost like I'm going to say this too. I feel like spirit is testing you with this. Like they're giving you something good because you had this moment of realization with whatever this epiphany or person or situation was. So they're like, okay, you got it. Good deal. Like, let's give you a little, throw you an olive branch in a congratulatory sense that you've made a good decision, right? Like you're going to be rewarded for this. So they're rewarding you, but just like with anything, with anybody, any circumstance, the universe will come back in and they test us to make sure that we have learned those lessons. When things seem to get a little shaky or you're not hitting certain goals, this is the universe testing you. Did you learn how to stay balanced? Be mindful of that, okay? Be very mindful of that. And if you feel like you're not sure what's happening, this is clearing out toxic energies for you, ultimately. This is clearing out toxic energies, moving forward, finding your emotional grace. The need to find your emotional grace. So, Pisces, I love this reading for you. I think it's beautiful. It is rewarding. It is eye-opening. Your appreciation for life is taking you into very beautiful and new places. Just don't self-sabotage them. You're leveling up from lessons. Keep moving forward. So, Pisces, if you found this video resonated for you, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. If you're interested in diving more into your own personal story with me, you can find that information in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. You can also go to our webpage at holisticallyzenwv.com for more information on how to reach out to us as well here, or to myself for reading purposes. A lot of our inventory that we have in the store space that I have is up and online. We're still prettying things up, so bear with that, and you'll get to check out the business that I have as well. So Pisces, take care of yourselves, and I look forward to your next reading. Sending you love and light. Bye-bye.